Welcome to another edition of GearBreakerNation.com, where we give our excellent assessment and reviews. In this video, I want to elaborate on the Final Fantasy VII Remake do's and don'ts list which I had made a few weeks ago, and I had stated that I would like to see some certain modes added to the gameplay in this game, which I think will make better, and I wanted to elaborate in this video. So without further ado, I would love to see a versus mode in this game. I want to be able to pick 3 characters here and 3 characters there and just pit them against each other. And when I mean the characters, not just Cloud and his crew, I want to see some of the villains too, such as Hojo. I want to see Rufus. I want to see some of the Turks. I also want to see other characters from Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, and Advent Children, which allow for that process, which will help bridge the gaps between all of these games and solidify the Final Fantasy VII universe. Now, whether that's online, whether that's offline, whether that's player versus player, CPU versus CPU, or player versus CPU, I would like to see all of that, honestly. It should be level based, not from the main campaign, but just, you know, have a little leveling up system through the mini games and different modes in this game. So that way, make it more of a challenge when it comes, be more fair when it comes to the gameplay and the fighting mechanics, which I think would be really good. It'd be a really good way to introduce online capabilities as well as 2-player capabilities to the game. I think that would be an awesome thing. I would like to see them be able to use different material. I would like to see them use different weapons and equipment that would affect their stats. I think that'll be a pretty good concept when it comes to this. And like I said, make it level based. That way, everything's fair ground. People don't sit there and have 99 character, level 99 characters sitting here fighting level 5 characters. You know what I mean? I would love to see that. I think a versus mode would be a welcomed addition to this. They got so many characters, they have so many fighting abilities. I think that'll be a good way of doing it. I would like to see a character creator. Now, it seems like everybody wants to see a character creator, but if you sit there and think about it, Final Fantasy VII definitely deserves that. I mean, look at the world. It has rich, it has personality, and now all these really good characters. Not to mention that they have the different character classes. You got the Dragoon, the Sword Blade Master, the Monk, the magic user, whatever those characters classes that's always in the Final Fantasy games. We have those different ones. I think we should actually be able to do that. You can have somebody from have characters from Soldier, have somebody that can fight, have somebody that's a Turk, you know, put it like that. I would love to kind of see that in this game, a character creator mode. And if you do have a character creator mode, let him have his own separate story within this campaign. You know what I'm saying? That way he's actually interacting in the actual world, making it more effective when it comes to the depth and content of this game. Character creator, definitely a must-have. Please work on that for us. Also, please have a theater mode there. All games like this have theater modes. I would like to go back and watch some of these really good cinematics, such as the Sephiroth scene when he's walking through the fire, the Era of Death scene, which is completely sad, the intro I would like to see again. I would love to see all of these great cinematics, and I'd like to see them beefed up a bit also too, you know. Have some actual fight scenes in some of these cinematics where characters are actually just going at it, or even one of my favorite scenes are the weapon scenes when the weapons get summoned. Please do that, you know what I'm saying? Put a theater mode in there so we can just go back and watch some of these cinematics. Also, if they do establish the versus mode too, have it have like replayability too and put that in the theater mode. I don't know, save up to like 5 or 10 files and upload them, I don't know. That way people can actually watch the fights. I think that'll be a pretty good one welcome also. Shoot, put the mini games in there. Put a lot of really good mini games. Now, some of the most notable ones in Final Fantasy VII are the G-Bike one, the Chocobo Racing, the Snowboarding, and Fort Condor. Put those in there. I would love to see those modes be beefed up so that way characters can get engaged with them a little bit more. Even the Chocobo breeding, it was time consuming, but it was really satisfying when it came to just finding these Chocobos, sitting here breeding them, trying to create new ones, trying to get to new areas that only the Chocobo could get to. Or when it comes to like the Chocobo Racing, that'll be something else. And maybe even breed your own Chocobo. They have a summoning where you use a Chocobo, and whatever Chocobo you breed actually affects that Chocobo, making it more effective in battle. I think that'll be a pretty good, awesome thing. Sit there and bring in some more mini games. They had a little basketball mini game in the Golden Saucer, which I think would be better suited now if they actually make it like 3-on-3 characters where you actually use your characters and crew against 3 other CPU characters in an actual basketball game. But hell, I would love to see that. I think that'd be pretty badass. Also, sit there with the whole G-Bike thing. Have the G-Bike. In fact, when you have a race and have either race the other characters on your team or just race anybody generally in the world. I'm throwing ideas out there. Take them. I'm throwing them out there for y'all guys. Take them, please. See, it's waves. I would love to see a game mode where characters pick 3 characters and just go through these waves, and each wave gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Or you can do kind of like Gears of War, where you sit there and have 9 waves of enemies, and then the 10th one is a boss, and then you go on to like number 11, and 11 through 19 is waves of enemies, and then you have another boss on level 20. I think that'd be a pretty good thing too. As far as training, I think that'll be pretty good. Probably use that for character unlocks, character skins, unlockables when it comes to the bios and character picks and all of that. I think that'll be a pretty good thing too. Say you have 100 levels and get to that 100 level, you can get like a really badass weapon or a badass limit break. I think that'll be a pretty good, awesome way. Put the waves in there. I would love to see that. Put a gallery mode in there, because gallery modes with this type of game, tons of unlockable picture designs, have tons of character info. Sit there and be able to get to listen to the music of the game. I think that would be, you can store the music and listen to the music. I think that'd be pretty cool. Have character pictures, and even have concepts designed before the making of the game or the remaking of this game. I think that'd be pretty cool. Bios on the characters, information on the world of it. I think that'd be a pretty badass thing. Have that gallery mode there. I think that'd be a really good and interesting thing, and very content filled one too, because it will give some players the drive to sit there and try to find everything. I would love to sit there and learn a little bit about these worlds and tidbits here and there. You can use that as a way to sit there and help solidify this line between all 4 mediums of this game, along with the story also, of course. And lastly, I would love to see a monster arena mode. Where did I get this from? Final Fantasy X. We have to sit here and capture the monsters and sit there and fight them, and some of the monsters that you capture actually fuse to become an even stronger monster. That should be there. We should be able to explore this world, try to find monsters also, and then capture them. And think about it, the monster arena is an excellent way to allow us to replay some of the boss battles. Like say, I don't know, the weapons, to let us even pick what monsters we want to fight. I think that'd be a pretty good idea too. Challenge the players. I think that'd be a good thing. Sit here and just like, what's the mission? You have the giant snake that you have to fight. I mean, I think you should be limited. Like, can't have 3 giant snakes fighting because it's so big or anything like that. Especially with the boss battles. I would love to see the boss battles redone again, because I can find a lot of them extremely fun. Especially some of the Genova ones too. But make it all level based, so let the monsters be stronger than the players are. Depending on the level that they are. So if they are like in the 60s, have the monster be like 65. That way it can prove a challenge. But if they're like 20, let them be like 25. That way it proves the challenge. I think that should be a pretty good way. So having more level based too. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Is there any other modes that you can think of that I forgot to just put on this list? Just please leave me in the comment section below. And what do you think about my ideas when it comes to extra modes that we should see? Please send this video over there to Square Enix. They need to look at this and get some good ideas. I'm just sitting here trying to help you out. I'm telling you right now, do this. I said I would go out and get a PS4 just to get Final Fantasy VII, should they remake it. And I'm saying it right here. When it comes out, I'm getting a PS4 to play that damn game. So guys, as I said, in the comments below, let me know what you guys think on this. And remember, if you enjoy these videos, rate, like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment. And to the next edition of GearBreakerNation.com, keep them gears turning.